100 years, from 1864 until its closure in 1969, a tramway ran along Ryde Pier. For hundreds of thousands of excited holidaymakers, this tram ride was their first experience of the Isle of Wight. Boats have ferried working people and their goods between Ryde and Portsmouth since at least the 15th century. But to get to the shore at low tide, they were crammed onto horse-drawn wagons across half a mile of mud. Wealthy and fashionable visitors were beginning to visit other seaside resorts, and something had to be done. The Ryde Pier Company opened the world's first pleasure pier in 1814. After paying the toll, visitors could arrive in Ryde, clean and dry in their Sunday best clothes. By 1833, the pier was extended far enough out to allow the Ryde and Portsmouth Royal Mail steam packet ships to dock, and day trippers flocked in their hundreds to the seaside resort. Now a faster way was needed to get them to the Esplanade, where they could spend their money. The Ryde Pier Company built a second pier alongside the first, with a double-track tramway opening in 1864. They hoped to use the latest technology, a small steam locomotive, to haul the carriages. But early engines were noisy and very unreliable. Horses were safer. A new Isle of Wight railway connected Ryde to Shanklin and Ventnor, but it only went as far as St John's Road Station, 3/4 of a mile away from the pier gates. Carriages queued to take posh visitors to the station. Less wealthy tourists had to walk. It wouldn't be until 1871 that the tramway was extended through the streets of Ryde to the station. The tramway avoided marshy ground by going straight through the ground floor of Holywell House in the Strand. The tramcars were not all the same. Some were enclosed single-deck vehicles, and some were double-deck cars with an open top deck, perfect for the summer but not so good on rainy days. 10 years later, the railway was extended to take trains all the way through to the pier head. The tracks ran on a third pier alongside the tramway pier, and the tramway through the streets was abandoned. The popularity of the pier itself continued to grow, and the pier's original wooden pilings were replaced in cast iron. The trams were full of tourists, and the company continued to experiment with new technologies. But once again, none were as reliable as the horses. Finally, in 1886, the company found the perfect solution. The tramway was electrified using a third rail. Ryde Pier was now home to England's first electric-powered standard gauge trams, and they featured on the resort's picture postcards for the next 40 years. This tramcar is double-ended and can be driven from either end. It was built in 1911 by Ryde coach builders Pollard & Sons. It frequently ran with trailer car number 4, affectionately known as the Grapes car. In the 1920s, the Southern Railway took over all the island's railways, including the Ryde Pier Company. They replaced the aging electric trams with 2 new petrol-engine tramcars, built by the Drewry Railcar Company. The 2 Drewry cars were single-ended and always ran with the driver facing towards the shore, which meant that they had to be driven backwards up the pier. After running through the buffers at the pier head several times, marker points were installed to remind the driver when to brake. The Drewry tramcars ran for another 40 years, and their petrol engines were replaced with more economical diesel engines in 1959. At its peak, about 1,500 people squashed into the tramway cars to and from the ferries every hour. On summer Saturdays, each car was full to bursting. But modern safety standards were approaching. In 1969, the tramway was condemned and closed down. Over 100 years of seaside holiday history was over. Today, the Isle of Wight Steam Railway brings these memories of the past to living, breathing life. This painstaking restoration work often starts with very humble beginnings. After being replaced in 1927, the Pollard car was used as a chicken coop. then rescued from auction, restored and gifted to us in 2017. We continue to tell the story of the Isle of Wight's railways and are rebuilding Drewry No. 2 with a new trainer car to run with our other trains and preserve this icon of the pier's history for our visitors to enjoy.